YouTube, B Smokehouse back here with you. Today we are going to smoke these two shoulder clod roasts. Shoulder clod, beef shoulder clod to be more specific, is a section of the beef shoulder, and it's in many cases it's a little bit more financially beneficial to smoke those than say your beef brisket. In fact, it has more meat. You can actually take slices. You can actually get pulled beef from that. Now we're gonna take these. I'm more than likely gonna smoke them like a brisket. It's not gonna be too long on these. These are going on my Weber Kettle. We've got some high winds outside. I find that I don't really have the time to fight with a fire when we have high winds on my smoke, on my stick burner. So let's get on with it. We're gonna go ahead and clean this up. I'm not gonna pull any of this sinew or fat off. My Weber Kettle is pretty convective, and don't have a problem rendering fat. Now what I do want to do is get some of these light edges off, because I don't want them to burn. So it's like this is going to burn, so we're going to go ahead and round it off. Keep it round. Again, as I keep telling you guys, square things don't do well in most smokers that I have, at least in my experience. Alright. Now, the actual shoulder clod itself is about 2 or 3 times the size of a brisket. So this is a roast that was pulled off of that. I was trying to get an actual shoulder clod. However, if I had the actual piece of shoulder clod, not just a roast off of it, I would more than likely not be smoking it today because it's a bit late. It's about 11:30 here. So we're going to go ahead and get these on for our dinner today. Again, I'm going to get some of these stragglers off. Main thing with cooking large pieces of meat is keeping a consistent temperature. We've got some fat in this, but not a lot, so I will be rolling with moisture in my smoker today, in my Weber Kettle. Alright, looking pretty good. Now, we're going to go ahead and get a binder on this. Today, we're rolling with W sauce. Nothing too hard, guys. W sauce and beef just go hand in hand. Rub it in. So I'm sure this adds flavor, but more than not, I'm using it to get my seasoning to stick. We are going with a store-bought seasoning today. One of the things I find out with my videos is that I may do a lot of talking. I'm trying to figure out a way to cut out all the guff, right? Most people don't want to see that, and by my analytics, I know that you guys don't want to see that because of the watch hours. The number of hours you watch, or the number of minutes watched on each video. So I am trying to become better at this. Stay tuned, and hopefully I can get you guys out a better product. That's what I aim to do. That is my goal for 2024. So we got some Kinders. I got this out of one of my big box stores. I like it. I've tasted it. It's delicious. We've got Lawry's, and we've got some black pepper, of course. We're going to season these both the same way. Bit of a coarse grind on that. Again, we pat it in. This has a little brown sugar, a little coarse sea salt. We've got black pepper in this, oregano, garlic. To me, all of those flavors accentuate the natural beef flavor. And it smells delicious. It smells delicious. Get it on. Going pretty heavy. Want a good bark on these. I think I'm going to try and go one. I'm going to pull one, right? And then the other I'm going to slice. So we're going to go get the edges. As one of my other favorite channels says, don't forget your edges. That's a rookie move. Rookie mistake. Rookie move. Put that on there. Okay, that's going to be it for that. This rub smells good so far. I've had a few of these Kinder rubs. The steakhouse butter is one of my favorite. Don't use it all the time. More of a fan of using my own, or a rub that I make up myself. Nothing wrong with that. All right, that's looking good for the Kinders. So now, you're gonna come over the top, pat it in, and come over the top. Get it patted in, the top, pat it in. I don't want to go too heavy with the salt. Remember that Kinder's got salt in it already. Like that. Get the edges. All right. So here's what we're going to do next. I'm going to go ahead and get a fire prepared. I'll bring you on the journey. I want to make my videos a bit shorter than usual. I understand everybody don't have 30 minutes, 45 minutes to watch a video. I understand that. I do need and want more views, so I've got to do what my analytics are asking me to do. I'll be back. All right, let me show you what we got. I've got the two shoulder clod roasts on. I'm going on with a chunk of applewood. This is what I have. I'm trying to use up what I have. I do have hickory, mesquite, and oak. However, it's not chunked up like this. So we're gonna go right over the fire, get some good smoke rolling. I got my water trough filled up with water. I've got a mix of Kingsford blueback and lump charcoal. Right? That's how we're looking. I'm getting ready to throw the top on. This is gonna go. I probably won't take a look at this for the next 2.5, 3 hours. Stay tuned. All right, let's see where we're at. I want to do some moving around. This is about 3 hours in. Looking good. I need this bark to dry out. So it's still a tender piece of meat. I can tell that by picking up, but I want to work on my bark. I want to get it as dark as possible. We're going to move these around for some even cooking. I'm able to do this. I've got glove liners on the inside of my glove. All right. All right. We're going to leave that there. And that's what we have. We're going to go for another hour or two. I might wrap these up in foil, get some beef stock inside. And wrap them, maybe finish them off in my oven, and slice one and pull the other. Still pretty tender. I believe one I'll go for like 195, right at 200, and the other I go past 200. Stay tuned. All right, I caught an audible in the middle of my cooking section. We're gonna treat this just like a pot roast. It's already got all the seasonings. I went ahead and diced me up some carrots, white onion, bell pepper, garlic. I hit it with the same seasonings that's on the actual shoulder clod, and we're gonna get these in here. They're already tender, but what I want them to do, I want them to fall apart. We're gonna provide some moisture in here, and I don't want them sitting on the bottom, because I don't want them to scorch or burn. We're going to go in what I have handy. If you got beef stock, use it. Really, you could use water if you want. I'm not going to use this whole jug, but we're going to get the bottom of that moist. Don't mind getting it over the shoulder cloths themselves. As you can see, the seasoning is not set, but that's fine. We're going to use this to season the jus that we get. I'm probably more than likely going to make some mashed potatoes with this. Just a quick change up on the plate. Sometimes you got to cook what your family likes to eat. And I was thinking about it as I was cooking, and I was like, you know what? Let's call it audible. So that's what I did, guys. That's what cooking is. There's no finite rules. So we're going to get this covered with aluminum foil. And then I'm going to get this into a 325 degree oven, probably for the next hour to hour and a half, 2 hours. And then I'll be back with you. Alright guys, here is the results. What I've got right now going on is, so you see the carrots, these are bite through tender. The meat is definitely tender. I can tell you, This meat was already soft to get-go. I didn't think it was going to take as long as it did. But this is tender. This is what I wanted. We're going pot roast. I know I changed up in the middle of the cook. But I've got my gravy, which is the juice from here that I thickened. Let's kind of discuss what we did so I can close this video out. This is a late one. All right. So I had 2 roasts from a beef shoulder clod. I elected not to do the whole beef shoulder clod, or else I'd probably still be cooking it, especially if it was out on the grill. I took those, hit them with some W sauce, and then I hit them with my Kinders, right? My Lawrys, and then my black pepper. I took them outside, put them on my kettle. They were in the kettle for about right at 4.5 to 5 hours. Took them out. That's when I caught a switch on the plate. I got them into a restaurant pan with carrots, bell peppers, celery, onion, and garlic, and I started a braise. That braise, the base of that braise was chicken stock. I didn't have any beef stock on. I also went in with some of the same seasonings that I had on my meat. So this is the finished result. I then actually put it braised in my oven at 350 for the last 3.5 to 4 hours. So this is kind of what we have. Alright, so I've got my gravy here on the stove. I'm going to get this into the gravy, fix me some of the sides. I'll come back when I have a plate put together. Thank you guys for staying tuned. There you have it. We got the beef shoulder clod, pot roast style. You can see my veggies in there. I've already tasted this. I know it's delicious. I put mine over rice just like you would a chuck roast, because that's typically what's used for a pot roast. Now, if you didn't know, usually that shoulder clod is treated just like chuck, right? Meaning they usually ground it up. But now, since with the price of beef rising, especially the price of briskets rising, again, that beef shoulder clod is an excellent option. It can be treated just like brisket. Now, this was not a whole shoulder clod. This was a roast cut off of the section of the shoulder clod. Now, let's give it a taste so I can go ahead and close this video out. This was a long one. I find that these smaller pieces of meat are taking a bit more time than normal. Having said that, let's give it a taste. Pretty good. So that beef is tender. You got the long striations, as if this is a brisket I took until it was pull apart tender. There's a bit of smokiness there. I also made myself some cream corn. I know this is delicious. Guys, if you haven't done so, sure, like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, Beef Smokehouse out.